Just got back from Universal Orlando a few days ago. 30th anniversary of their Mardi Gras celebration. My first ever visit there. What can you expect if you decide to go? What did I think of all of it? Let's get into it. All right, so as I mentioned, I've been to Universal Orlando many times now. I love it down there. Been through all of their different seasons, other festivals that they have. I've never been to Mardi Gras. So many people rave about this. They go every year. It's been 30 years since they've been celebrating Mardi Gras at Universal. So they invited me down to kick off their big Mardi Gras this year. It was the first day they had a media event. So I said, yeah, all right, I'll come on down and check it out. I've never been there before. So I thought I would just kind of give you a recap of my day when I was there. It was kind of a later afternoon into the evening hours at Mardi Gras. So I'll just walk you through everything that I did, some of the things I experienced. I am by no means an expert on this event. I have spent a total of 6 hours at it now. So this is going to be kind of a newcomer's perspective of Mardi Gras, of some of the things you can do there, some of the things I experienced, and what I would like to experience more of should I go back, which I assume I will at some point. It was pretty fun. All right, so here's how it started. We started off at the Red Coconut Club, which is now rethemed to the Cursed Coconut Club for Mardi Gras. If you don't know where this location is, it's on the second level of City Walk. I've never been in there before, into this bar lounge area. So when you walk in, right now during this festival, it is definitely all Mardi Gras themed. It has a new theme to it. I've not been in it in the old version of the Red Coconut Club, so I'm not sure exactly how different it is from there, but the one thing you notice right away are the performers.
Just one day, oh yeah. 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 I ain't got time for you, baby. Either you're mine or I'm not.
There were some awesome performers performing right above the bar area. All the really cool lighting in there. There's just a lot of neat places to sit, relax, take some Instagram-worthy photos around, some big chairs. And they just did a really good job decorating everything in the space. The lighting was great. It is a bar, so you're not going to find, I don't think any food there most of the time. You're going to find drinks. And there are, for Mardi Gras, they do have some alcoholic-themed beverages, but they do have also some non-alcoholic theme. I don't really drink a lot, so they had a non-alcoholic cocktail.
Let's try it. It's good.
They have a Zoltar machine there on the second level. It wasn't working for me when I was pushing the button to give me my fortune. I could use to get a little bit bigger, right? Get it? Anyway, it was just cool to see that up close in person. And the place is just really fun to explore, too. I really thought it was a neat venue, and could be a lot of fun if you're going out there with friends to check it out. Also, they had some food items on display. So the one thing about Mardi Gras, if you haven't been to it, the food is really center stage at the Mardi Gras Festival. There's music everywhere, yes, and we'll get into that a little bit in the parade. It's cool. But the food is really what a lot of people go there for. There are food items from all over the world. It's kind of their international food festival a little bit at Universal. And my first thought was when I went, it would be mostly, New Orleans themed food, because when I think of Mardi Gras, I think of New Orleans, but people there were reminding me that Carnival is celebrated all over the world. So it's kind of Universal's excuse to dabble in some food items from all over the place. There were some really cool meat skewers from Puerto Rico that were delicious. Those were, by the way, when you're in the park, they were actually grilling those on the grill, and the smoke from that is going everywhere. You're going to hear from the chef here in a second. He's like, just follow your nose and you're going to find food at this place. Those were impossible. They will be impossible to resist. This German meatloaf, which was actually pretty good. I was not expecting to get a German meatloaf at the Mardi Gras, but there it was, and that was tasty. But the desserts, too, are really center stage as well. One of the desserts that was my favorite thing I ate at the Coconut Club, really, I think my favorite thing I ate were the bite-sized masquerade cheesecake.
All right, so this is it. This is a bite-sized masquerade cheesecake. It's actually got chocolate cake in it. It's got a no-bake cheesecake with some whipped cream and stuff on top. Let's see. Get a bite of that. Wow. This has a salted caramel in it also.
Yeah, it was so good. I will tell you, though, that I couldn't figure out if this was just made for us at the Coconut Club or if this is somewhere in the park. I can't figure out where it was when I was in the park. I was like, I want to get a bigger portion of this because I loved it and I couldn't find it. Anyway, I forgot to ask the chef when I talked to him. You're going to see from him in a little bit. But again, I didn't have much time there because I was running around. I hope that it's somewhere. If they don't have it in the park, they need to add it. They need to put that somewhere because it was so stinking good. The other thing at Mardi Gras that everybody loves are the beignets. If you don't know what a beignet is, it's a piece of dough that's deep fried and then they cover it in powdered sugar. I will be honest with you, I've had beignets. I had them here. I've had them at other places. I've had them in Chicago at places. And I guess I'm just not really like a beignet fanatic. I think they're good. I don't know. I just find that it's just dough deep fried, and it's kind of like a glorified donut to me. Sorry, I know everyone's going to come at me for this because people love them, and I'm going to show you right now the line of people to get in line to get beignets. First, you have to wait in a line to buy the beignets when you're at the park. Then you have to get in another line to pick up the beignets. And this was right around dinner time, so people were hungry, and the line was just ridiculous. However, everybody I talked to in the line, it looked really intimidating, said that they only waited like 5-10 minutes to pick up their beignets. So they were really cranking these out, like just whipping these things up, getting them out into the bags, getting them into people's hands. And everybody I talked to in line, nobody complained there. So, and they said that it was actually moving pretty well. It was moving better than the line looked, if that makes sense to you. So as I mentioned, I talked to Jens Dahlmann. He is the VP of Culinary Operations at Universal Orlando. He's kind of the guy who was in charge of making sure all of this went off the way it was supposed to go off that day. This was the first day, so you're going to hear from the interview that I talked to him. There was, just a lot going on, all these booths, and basically they're starting 14 new kitchens up and from scratch with thousands of people waiting to eat. And there's challenges that come with that. I talked to him about that, everything that you can get at Mardi Gras, what the experience is like for him. I also asked him about Epic Universe because he is involved with that, getting the food up and running for that. Not much he could really say, but I just asked him how that was going and what he's excited about with that. And you'll see what he said. They can't really say very much because they're revealing these things as we get closer to the Epic opening, but you can tell things are really ramping up there. He did tell me off camera that he has been over there a lot, and he's very excited about what they're doing at Epic. But here's the interview, and then I'll catch up with you after.
Today we opened Mardi Gras 2025, so it's since 30 years we're celebrating Carnival here. But today, it's just our opening day, so it's a lot of energy. We have T-Pain going on stage in about an hour from now, so a lot of excitement.
How much work for you? This is. I feel like this fest. So much of this is about the food, right? People are already lined up for this stuff. How much work goes into this, putting it together for you, creating all these items?
It's really a year-round preparation. So, when we wrapped up last year's Mardi Gras celebration, my chef team and I, we kind of walked the kiosk one last time, kind of took notes of what worked, what didn't work, what could we bring in. And then we partnered with marketing, okay, what countries are we doing? But we ideated the food early on, and then we brought it to life just now, today, for the first time.
What is it like for you to see all these people in line waiting for this stuff?
It's always humbling. First time, you got to be thankful for all the guests coming to the parks and having a good time. But of course, we have brand new team members in the kitchens. So we opened like 14 brand new kitchens today, and we're training team members in it. So it's a lot of heavy lifting, but that's the fun of the business. I think it all.
You in there.
Yeah, you have to jump in. When you're in the weeds, you got to jump in and help out. And it's really one team, one dream. We're all in it together to show the guests a great time.
What is it about the beignet that people love so much?
Our beignets here at Universal are fantastic because we make them from scratch every morning and we fry them to order. So it's very popular. The line is long, but I guess they're willing to wait because it's a really great product.
How many will you make? Do you know? Like how many will individual beignets you?
I can't give you the official number, of course, but I'd say we're gonna do thousands a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is
Especially on a weekend, it's our number one item. So you can't have Mardi Gras or Carnival without a beignet. So.
And we were talking a little bit earlier about Epic Universe.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about that from your perspective? Has that been exciting for you to get ready? Are you nervous? Like, what's going through your mind
I think
right
it's.
now?
I can't tell you much about it because we still keep it a little bit secret. But what we create over there, the new worlds, the 5 unique worlds we created for our guests are really mind-blowing. And the food programming of those places was a fantastic challenge as well, because it gave us really free range to explore new cultures, new worlds, and new IPs to play with. So it's going to be fantastic. There's more to come in a couple of days.
You excited about it?
Absolutely, absolutely. Humbled and excited.
Yeah, I know. Anything else you want to say about this? You know, while we're
Yeah,
it's my first time ever here. Is there something like you got to try this or try that?
Yeah, I think, I always joke, life is short, eat dessert first. So beignets, I mean, whenever you can get to the window and get them as soon as you can. But there's so many great food items. I think it's really, I think follow your nose a little bit. Over there in Puerto Rico, we're grilling those pork skewers right off the charcoal. I mean, it just fills the air with aromas. So eat whatever you feel like, but you can't miss, I think, the Cajun mac and cheese, the beignets. I do like the meatloaf sandwich in Germany. It's a Szechuan chicken in China. So those are some of my personal favorite. But all the food is fantastic.
I feel like you have to have the German meatloaf if there's a German chef.
You got to, I think, and we love Carnival in Germany, so that's why.
Moving on from there, the other thing that Mardi Gras is known for is the parade. The parade at night is awesome because these floats come out. There are, a bunch of floats, and they are just completely done up. They're customized. I don't know where they've got multiple parades now at Universal. Where do they keep all these floats? I would just love to see that because these things were big and they were really designed really well, very creative. The colors were so vibrant. Again, that's why I think this has to be seen at night, just to see it all illuminated as it comes through. And these floats are packed full of people who are chucking beads into the crowd. It was fun to see everybody there with their hands up. People are going nuts trying to catch beads. I've got my 2 cameras going. I'm trying to shoot something on my phone for my social media. I've got my other camera for this, my YouTube channel that you're watching. And I'm getting pelted with beads in the face as I'm doing that. It was a lot of fun. I caught a couple beads as well. Yeah! It was just a really neat thing. You can also book an experience on the float. So you can actually reserve your spot on the float and you get like a dinner package and a spot on the float where you can throw beads out to people. So a lot of people love to do that. I do recommend the parade at night. However, I will say this to you. They do throughout the season, they're doing a concert series on the weekends where different artists are there every weekend performing on the stage that's right by the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. And the night we were there, the opening night, T-Pain was the headlining performer at the concert. So he was performing at the end of the night at this stage. I was on the, I don't know if you know where the horror makeup show is at Universal. That's where we were kind of staged in the media to watch the parade. So it's on the other end of the park from where the concert section is. So after the parade ended, I walked over to the concert area to hopefully catch the concert, but the concert area was at complete capacity at that point. You could not get into the right area where T-Pain was performing. The crowd was all the way backed into the Minions Cafe, if you know where that is. So I took a snapshot here. I had to walk out. It was way too crowded for me back there. And to be kind of jammed back there, you could barely see from where I was in the back. There were people all the way down the street to basically where the Minion Blast ride is, the new Villain Con Blast attraction is. There were people there, getting an angled, distant shot of T-Pain from way back there to watch this concert. So the crowd was gigantic for this. I tell you all this to say, if there's an artist you really want to see, I would get there early and get your spot. Just plan that you're going to be standing there or somebody's going to be saving your spot for an hour or so before the show. I'm not sure exactly how long people get there in advance, but you will want to get there in advance if it's somebody that you definitely want to have a prime spot to see, because that will fill up. And just know that you are going to be packed in there. It was people were crowded in there. It was definitely a crowded experience. So if that's something that's really not for you, just know that's how that's going to be. So my recommendation there would be catch the parade earlier in the day and then go do that in the evening, because it'll be challenging to see the parade and then get to a prime spot at the concert, especially if it's a popular act. Overall, it was a really good experience. So the night was over by 9 o'clock. Again, it was a really quick trip, really quick time being there. I'm just curious to know if you ever been to the Mardi Gras Festival at Universal. What did you think about it? Are you a big fan of it? What are your favorite things to eat there? Any questions you have that I can answer for you about this? I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate you following along as well. I've gotten some great comments from y'all lately about some of the videos I've been posting. You can Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. I've got a lot more coming. I also stayed at the Sapphire Falls Resort for the first time at Universal. I'm going to post a video about that and my experience there, because it's my first time at that resort. I've stayed at a handful of the Universal resorts now. So talk about that and how it compares to some of the others and everything else. So I appreciate you all watching. Sorry I'm so late getting this video up after I've gotten back. If you've been following me on social media, I've just had a crazy week. So appreciate you all. Like and subscribe. Happy Mardi Gras. Peace out.